I'm V, and I'm on a mission to keep on progressing as a guitar player, stay out of guitar ruts, and I'm sharing what I learn along the way. Today, I wanted to share with you a really simple explanation of the numbering system, because for me, I really wish I'd learned it earlier. So if you're new to the numbering system, or if it's something that you're really interested in, come join me. So what is a numbering system? I'm sure you know already, but there are 7 notes in a scale. So for example, if I take the key of C, we have the notes C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C. But instead of memorizing or calling out each of those notes, we apply a number instead. So if you also know the chord progression for a major scale, then we can apply that to the numbering system as well. So the 1 chord, or the C chord, the first one will be a major. The second will be a minor. The third will be a minor. The fourth will be a major. The fifth will be a major. The sixth, minor. The seventh, a diminished. And then back to the first again, which is the major, the C major. Bit of a bonus here, if you've heard of the concept of a relative major and a relative minor, what that actually means is they're actually the same combinations, the same notes, the same chord progressions, but just starting at a different point. So we're playing in a C major before. If I was to change that to the A, relative A minor, all we're doing is we're starting on the 6th note. And you'll notice as well, if then I transfer the minor into major, or if I have a look at where the C note is in the minor scale, you'll notice that it's starting on the 3rd of the minor scale. So I'll give you a bit of a demo. In this demo, I'm going to grab just a mix of chords. And I'm going to actually play not in the key of C major, I'm actually going to play in the key of C major 7th. And the only difference that we've got in a 7th chord versus a major chord or a minor chord is that we're actually dropping the second root note. We're dropping it down to the 7th note. So for a major, you've got your 2nd root note there. The 7th is just 1 half step back. So I'm playing it instead of like this, that one's dropping back. And then with a minor, it's very similar. So for example, instead of playing this 2nd root note, I'm dropping it down to the 7th. And for a minor versus major, it's a flat in 7th. So it's a whole step down. So instead of you lift that up, that gives me the 7th. So I'm going to play that combination instead. And the chord progression is, I'm going to repeat a couple of times, the 1 and the 6. And the 1 is the C, the 6 is which is the A, and that's an A minor. But instead of playing it down here, I'm going to play it up here. And then what I'll do is I'll play around with, I don't know what you'd call it, maybe a little bit of a bridge or a chorus, or I don't know what part of the song it would be. I'm going to do a bit of a, just keep on stepping up through the chord progression. So that was a very basic chord progression. So again, if I wanted to just grab that and I wanted to, felt a little bit different, I wanted to change the key, all I would do is change it from the key of C, and I would change it to any other key that I would like. So for example, I could make it a E. So if you're new to the numbering system, how could you start using it straight away? So I guess my recommendation and the way that I would start playing with it if I had my time again is when I was learning new songs, or if I had songs that I had already learned, grab the music, whether you get it from Ultimate Guitar or wherever you get your music from, and instead of just memorizing the chords or trying to figure out playing the chords, what I would do is I would start to write down what the number is, what the relative number is. So for example, if it was a song that was in A minor, as I mentioned before, and the chords was an A minor, a C major, and an E, I would just jump on and I would just try and figure out what number it is in that key of A minor. And then what I might do is I might grab that same chord progression, change the key, and try and figure out a different way to play it in a different key. So really cool to know, definitely worthwhile giving it a go if you haven't before. So hopefully that gives you a little bit to get started with the numbering system if you're new to it. Would love to hear how you go. Chuck it in the comments below if you do give it a go, or if you've got any other tips and you've been using the numbering system for a while. Would love to hear from you. If you like that video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one.